Welcome to my channel, guys. I'm Maryam. In today's video, I am doing a full, thorough, honest review, plus swatches and a look with the new The Icon palette by Charlotte Tilbury. This is a brand new palette that just launched on Sephora.com and on Charlotte Tilbury's website. I feel like I'm one of the first beauty influencers to get my hands on this because I just attended her event. I met Charlotte in person for the first time ever. She is a rock star who hangs out with rock stars, and this is exactly what this palette was inspired by. That said, she is not immune to my criticism, and I want to put Team Truth on this palette. I want to try it out. I want to give you guys the full scoop, the tea, and nothing but the truth. Watch until the very end for the verdict. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching, for subscribing, for turning on those notifications, and let's get to this Charlotte Tilbury The Icon palette full thorough review, swatches, and tutorial. Okay, you guys, let's talk about all the details of this new limited edition The Icon palette by Charlotte Tilbury. This product is officially available at Sephora, also at charlottetilbury.com. $65, kind of pricey, yes, but not as pricey as Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, just saying. And there are 12 shades, limited edition shades, all multi-dimensional, all really beautiful, and totally up my alley, totally something that I would use, not just for a date look or for a dramatic look, but also for an everyday look. I feel like there's a lot of range and a lot of options in here. So because I went to the event, I know a little bit more about this palette than what's online. So let me go ahead and share some facts with you. All right, so on the back of this palette, you can see that each color category or each row of colors is broken into a day look, a date look, a diva look, and a disco eyes look, so a night look. You could use each one of these rows for an individual look. I think I want to dip into the shadows that I'm mostly attracted to, which are all of these. So during Charlotte's event, she was explaining her inspiration behind this palette, and she was talking about how she used to party back in the day with all these celebrities, rock stars and supermodels. She was talking a lot about Ibiza, and she was talking a lot about all the celebrities at the time and how she was so inspired by them and by their makeup and by their clothing. This palette was born from that inspiration. I thought that was pretty cool, and I feel like it's definitely very representative of that era. I'm into it, and I definitely want to try it. I think I want to do some swatches first, so I am going to call in my swatch model. I need your sexy arms. Yes. I think I'm just gonna go row by row, swatching this shade first. Boom, baby, boom. That is pretty. Oh my God. Oh,
wow.
Bitch.
That's crazy.
I don't even like swatches, but these are impressive so far.
For someone who doesn't like swatches, I mean, yeah.
I mean, they're all performing. Man, that's really nice.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's...
Here comes that green. Oh, no, she didn't with that blue. Why would you wipe them off? They're so nice. Okay, so clearly it swatches brilliantly, but we really want to know, how does it perform? How does it look on the actual eye? I think we've come to the point of the video where it's time to do this look, and it's time to really test out these eyeshadows on my damn face. So I think I'm gonna grab this brownish color right here. I don't exactly recall the name, but there definitely are names. I saw them on the Sephora website. I'm gonna grab this little brownie color, which is somewhere between a matte and a satin. No, my lids are not even primed. What am I doing with my life? I'm gonna use this Morphe brush, M576. I'm gonna apply that to the outer corner of my eye and just use this as a transition shadow. You guys already know Charlotte Tilbury products are some of my favorite. Yes, they are super high-end and luxe and kind of on the pricey side, but they are just so well made. They're just so clever and so unique. The colors are all individual. They're all custom colors. So it's not something that you will find a dupe for anywhere else. I mean, this eyeshadow is beautiful. I'm just gonna take a much smaller brush and I'm gonna blend out the edges a little bit because I want this to be a pinch smokier. Nice, very, very, Very nice. All right, gonna do the same thing on the other side. I think that's enough for this eyeshadow. I think I wanna pick up a little bit of that burgundy right here. Also another satiny sort of color, so not super duper shimmery like the rest. I'm gonna use this E25 brush from Sigma and just etch out my eye socket. Wow, you can clearly tell the difference between these two shadows. They're both very distinctive. I have a little bit of texture on my lids right here, but with something like this that just has a hint of opalescence, it almost disguises it. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? So far, so good. I feel like I owe you guys a life update video. So much has been going on in my life lately. I just have so much to share. There's been like an influx of activity, but I've been so busy that I can't even grasp it. Life update video coming up. Next, I think I want to do a little bit of color. Just a little bit of color. I think I want to go for that blue and maybe a little bit of that green. Man, do you see how well that picks up with the brush and how well it applies with the brush? I mean, that's kind of unusual because it swatches well and it also applies really well with the brush. Wow, even better with the finger, this one. All right, I'm gonna dab that all over my lid. Nice, man, that's nice. I just feel like with this palette, gotta dip into that blue. All right, gonna pick up a little bit more on the brush and just kind of blend those edges. There's definitely a lot more fallout with this one, and I think that came from the brush usage, but still not a big deal. All right, next, I'm going for that gold. Oh my God, this is everything, you guys. So pretty. I'm gonna add that to the inner corner. Oh my God, it looks like gold flakes. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the shade right next to it, kind of like a champagne color. And gonna add that right underneath the brow arch. Wow, that's kind of a lot, but I'm obsessed. I think I'm gonna go for the champagne. Ooh. That is sick. A little lighter in the center, bluer on the corners. In that case, I'm just gonna intensify the outer corner one more time. A little bit here. Boom, boom. Now for the lower lash line, I think I want to go for this shade here. And I'm going to smoke it and I'm going to smudge it right underneath and connect it to my inner corner. Connect it to the outer portion. Oh, damn it. I don't have my Kohl pencil and I need my Kohl pencil. Lee! Can you give me my Charlotte Tilbury Kohl pencil?
Okay, so Maryam has me looking for a liner. Second drawer from the top, black and short. Yeah, that'll be easy. No, I haven't found it. Bronzy pencil. I'm pretty sure this is it.
Thank you, Lee. Get you a Lee, ladies. I'm gonna smudge this right here underneath my waterline. Actually, I'm gonna line the entire eye with it. I'm also gonna pull it out in a wing like that. I'm gonna take my teeny tiny little brush. This one's from Wayne Goss. I am just gonna soften that a bit and blend it with the previous shadow. So the idea is you want this black to be its blackest, closer to the lashes and to the waterline, and then you just wanna smudge it out. Next, I'm gonna go back into that shimmery wine color, and I'm gonna add it on top. I'm gonna test out this black. Black looks really good. It's swatched amazing. I mean, they all swatched amazing, but I really want to see what this black can do. Also want to see if there's fallout with this black. I feel like the black is a little bit harder to use than some of the others. I'm gonna try to use a different brush. Oh yeah, that definitely makes a difference. This is the kind of shadow that actually needs to be grabbed with a brush, which is probably why they swatch so well with a finger. This brush that I'm using here is Sigma's Duo Fiber Blend E41. I think I'm gonna go back with that very first brown eyeshadow. Just add a little bit of it to the outer portion of my transition, kind of like in this area, just to soften that black. And I'm gonna go back with the blue and reapply wherever I feel like I lost that color. That is looking very festive and very rock star. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit of that gold to the center of my lid. I actually want to see how the shadow applies when it's wet. So I'm gonna pick some up on my finger, close my palette, and I'm gonna spray a little bit of this Vichy thermal water or mineral water. Wow, that definitely applies a lot more precisely and a lot more pigmented. For my top lash line, I want to use the Feline Flick Quick Fine Line Shodo pen. I've never tried this one before. Basically, it's a marker. And you guys know I'm not a huge fan of marker type liners, but this one is pretty good and it's pretty precise. The wand is really, really stiff. So I think it's really good for drawing that really straight line. And now that I'm done with that, I think I'm gonna put that Amber Moon Rock and Kohl pencil to use, and I'm gonna line my waterline. I love using Amber Moon in my waterline. It's much less harsh than black, but it still helps bring out your your eye and just make it a little bit more smoldering and a little bit more sexy. I am almost done with this look. Just want to add a little bit more of that burgundy right here just to kind of intensify. And now I think I'm ready for my lashes and for the rest of my face. So I'm gonna go apply my lashes and I will be right back for the rest of the face and for my final verdict. Oh my God. Lashes are on. I'm wearing Tarte Wifey lashes, which I think complement this look pretty well. And now I want to move on to my lips, my contour, and my highlight and blush. For my contour and for my bronzing, I'm going to be using my DIOR Backstage palette that I talk about all the time. This shade right here that I love so much. And I'm just going to add a bit of warmth and a little bit of color along my hairline. Nothing too crazy. I feel like the eyes are really dramatic and very strong, even though I wasn't really going for that, but I let the palette speak for itself. Just a pinch of contour here, like barely a contour. I don't know, I'm just not into a contoured look lately. I'm gonna use a little bit of this shade, add a very, very, very subtle highlight to the back of the cheekbone. And I'm gonna reach for my Bar of Gold palette, also from Charlotte. So nice. I'm gonna add that glisten right on top. And I actually think I'm gonna do some blush today. This is Cheek to Chic blusher in the shade Ecstasy, also from Charlotte Tilbury. So pretty and flattering. I'm gonna add that just to the apples and around the highlighter. Okay, looking glossy. Now for the lips, I want to do something dramatic. So I'm gonna use this Makeup Forever liner in the shade 14. Flick those corners up, fill in my lip shape just a little bit. Then I'm gonna use this new shade, Video Vixen, from Charlotte Tilbury's new collection. Oh my God, this is so stunning. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm looking like a ripe cherry. Okay, where are we going? Here is the look that I came up with using the brand new The Icon palette by Charlotte Tilbury, the Icon Queen. What do we think of this look? Do we love it? Is it rock star? Is it glam? Is it too much? Is it not enough? I personally think it's a very different look for me. It's not something that I was necessarily going for when I initially started this video, but it's definitely something that was kind of inspired by the palette and by the colors and by all the textures. I think this palette is definitely a gorgeous, over-the-top, beautiful, sparkling palette, perfect for makeup artists because all of these colors are so prismatic and there's just so much variety. However, I will say that for someone who's not necessarily a makeup artist, for someone who's just a makeup enthusiast, you might find that this palette is a little bit tricky. These wet to dry eyeshadows are a very special formulation, so you kind of have to know how to use them. If you haven't used one of these tightly pressed, super pigmented type of eyeshadows before, then you might have a hard time getting the pigment payoff. I even found myself having a bit of a hard time with these two shadows here, getting them to kind of lay right and blend into each other. I will also add that you don't necessarily need to use all of these colors all at once, like I attempted to. You could probably just use it row by row for the day look, for the date look, for the diva, or for the disco. And I think you might have an easier time with that. If you are a makeup artist, especially if you are a celebrity makeup artist, you need to get your hands on this palette. If you are a makeup enthusiast or a makeup lover, you might want to test this out at the store first just to make sure that you are comfortable with all of these colors, knowing that it is $65 and knowing that it is a little tricky. I am going to give this palette a 9 out of 10 because these are unique colors that I've never seen before, unique formulations. You get a lot for the $65. 12 shades is a lot to ask for from a brand like Charlotte Tilbury, which is high end. Those are my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, my swatches, and this first impressions type of review. Let me know what else you want to see from me. Let me know if you want a simpler look using this palette, because I kind of want to attempt a simpler look, and also any other thoughts, leave them down below. I love you guys as always. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for being awesome. I will see you in my next video. Mwah!